For years, General Motors promoted the 2.7L Turbo 4-cylinder as the future of Chevy trucks. It was marketed as lighter, more efficient, and technologically superior to traditional V6 and V8 engines. On paper, the numbers looked impressive: strong torque, competitive towing ratings, and better fuel economy. Chevy positioned it as proof that smaller can be better. But now, something important has changed. Chevrolet has quietly acknowledged real-world problems with the 2.7 turbo engine, and the company's response makes one thing clear: owners need a specific upgrade if they want long-term reliability. While GM has not used dramatic language or issued a headline-grabbing recall, the technical updates, service bulletins, and revised components tell a very different story. Industry experts, dealership technicians, and independent engine specialists are now saying the same thing. The original 2.7 turbo design pushed too hard, too fast. And Chevy knows it. This video breaks down what Chevy admitted, what actually goes wrong, why the problem appears under real truck use, and what upgrade owners need to protect their engine, why the 2.7 turbo exists in the first place. To understand the problem, you have to understand the mission. Chevy developed the 2.7 turbo, internally known as the L3B engine, to replace naturally aspirated V6 engines in half-ton trucks like the Silverado 1000, 500 in Colorado. The goal was ambitious: match or exceed V8 torque at low RPM, improve fuel economy, reduce emissions, lower manufacturing costs, meet global efficiency regulations. From a design standpoint, the engine is impressive. It uses a high-pressure turbocharger, direct injection, an aluminum block, aggressive boost mapping, and high compression for a turbo engine. GM engineers essentially built a diesel-style torque curve into a gasoline 4-cylinder. On a test bench, it worked. But real-world trucks don't live on test benches. The core problem Chevy finally acknowledged. Chevy has now acknowledged through updated service bulletins, redesigned components, and revised engine calibrations that the original 2.7 turbo setup places excessive stress on critical systems, especially under towing, high heat, and stop-and-go driving. The key issues include turbocharger, heat overload, oil degradation, and pressure inconsistency, carbon buildup on intake valves, cooling system strain, timing chain and tensioner wear. Chevy did not announce this with a press conference. Instead, the admission came the modern way: fixes appearing before explanations. As one GM powertrain engineer, speaking anonymously to an automotive trade publication, explained, the engine wasn't failing in the lab. It was failing in use cases customers actually care about: towing, idling, hot weather, short trips, turbo stress, where everything starts going wrong. The 2.7 turbo relies on high boost pressure at very low RPM to generate its headline torque numbers. That sounds great for drivability, but it creates a serious side effect: heat concentration. Unlike a V8 that spreads load across 8 cylinders, the 2.7 turbo concentrates massive pressure into one turbocharger, 4 cylinders, and a relatively small cooling envelope. Independent turbo specialists have measured sustained exhaust gas temperatures in the 2.7 turbo that exceed what earlier GM gas engines ever experienced. That heat doesn't just disappear, it breaks down oil faster, stresses turbo bearings, hardens seals, and increases carbon deposits. Over time, this creates a chain reaction: oil system problems. The silent killer. Chevy's biggest unspoken admission involves oil behavior. Early 2.7 turbo engines were calibrated with oil change intervals and oil flow assumptions that simply did not match real-world usage. Short trips, towing, and idle heavy driving caused oil to degrade faster than expected. Technicians began noticing sludge buildup, reduced oil pressure under load, and premature turbo bearing wear. This led GM to release revised oil specifications, updated oil pump control strategies, and new service guidance. An ASE-certified GM technician explained it plainly: this engine is extremely sensitive to oil quality. Miss oil changes or use the wrong oil, and the turbo pays the price. That statement alone reveals the problem. Truck engines are supposed to be forgiving. The 2.7 turbo isn't. Carbon buildup, a known weakness of direct injection. Like many modern engines, the 2.7 turbo uses direct injection only, meaning fuel never washes over the intake valves. Over time, oil vapor and blow-by gases coat the valves with carbon. What makes the 2.7 turbo worse is high boost pressure, aggressive crankcase ventilation, and elevated operating temperatures. Chevy has since updated PCV system components, intake airflow management, and software calibration to reduce buildup. That's not something manufacturers do unless they see a pattern. Most importantly, GM changed how the engine is expected to be maintained. That alone confirms the original setup was not sufficient. The upgrade owners actually need. So what does this mean for existing owners? Experts overwhelmingly agree on one thing. The most important upgrade is proactive thermal and oil management. That includes 1. Updated PCV and oil system components. Owners should ensure their engine has the latest GM revised PCV components and oil system updates installed. 2. Shorter oil change intervals. Forget the marketing schedule. Experts recommend 5,000 miles or less, high-quality full synthetic oil, and OEM or upgraded oil filters. 3. Software updates. GM has released multiple ECU calibration updates that reduce turbo stress and improve cooling logic. 4. Cooling system monitoring. Many owners add improved coolant, regular cooling system inspections, and transmission and engine temperature tracking. 5. Driving style adjustments. Experts advise allowing turbo cooldown after towing, avoiding hard throttle on cold starts, and letting the engine idle briefly after heavy loads. These aren't things truck buyers expect to worry about, but they matter here. What Chevy won't say out loud. Chevy won't publicly say the 2.7 turbo was a mistake, but they've clearly learned from it. The engine was designed to meet regulatory and efficiency goals first, truck abuse second. When real owners started using it like a truck engine, weaknesses surfaced. As one retired GM powertrain consultant put it, the 2.7 isn't bad engineering, it's ambitious engineering, but ambition always finds limits in the real world. Is the 2.7 turbo a bad engine? No, but it is highly conditional. For light-duty use, commuting, and occasional hauling, the 2.7 turbo performs well. It delivers strong torque and respectable efficiency. But for frequent towing, hot climates, heavy payloads, and long-term ownership beyond warranty, it demands attention, upgrades, and discipline that many truck buyers never planned for. Why this matters for the future of truck engines. The 2.7 turbo situation represents a larger industry shift. Automakers are pushing smaller engines, higher boost, tighter tolerances, and greater efficiency demands. The margin for error is shrinking. The 2.7 turbo didn't fail spectacularly, but it exposed the gap between engineering theory and truck reality. Chevy's upgrades are not a retreat, they're an acknowledgement. Final verdict. What owners should do now? If you own a Chevy with the 2.7 turbo, stay updated on GM service bulletins. Use the best oil, not the cheapest. Shorten maintenance intervals. Get software updates installed. Treat turbo heat seriously. Chevy didn't issue a recall, but they did admit the problem in the only way manufacturers ever do, by fixing it quietly. And if there's one lesson here, it's this. Modern turbo truck engines don't forgive neglect. Owners who upgrade early will enjoy them. Owners who don't may learn the hard way.